I just picked up this mower for free from a guy who's got rid of 2 of his old mowers that he had broken. He said his dog got them and tore them up. You can see the damage there and there. And he grabbed his pull string and tore that up. And so he handed me the mowers. The other one I'll work on later because it's not a Briggs. And this is what he handed me. He said the spring all came apart, and so we got the inner wheels, missing the dogs. It's a Briggs & Stratton E450, and it's the rewinders in pieces, so I may have a rewinder around here. I'll have to check. And it's called a Black Max. It's the overhead valve. I can't really see it, but that's what it says on the front right there. Briggs & Stratton. The crankshaft nut up top is off, and this has been hit hard enough to where the key is completely out of alignment. It's not sheared, but it's been bumped badly, so it's not going to run right. So we'll address that. And let me thread this on here just a couple of times, just so I don't lose the nut. I want to be creating more problems for this little mower. This is not working too good. Okay, I think it's on there where nope. Okay, I think that's on there enough turns where it's not just come flying up, because I want to tilt this back and show you what's underneath. He's got, oh, this is a real modern one. It's that newer blade adapter, the kind of little ovals instead of the round ones. And the blade doesn't look too bad. Let's turn it and see if the crankshaft is bent, because it was hit hard enough to bump the flywheel key. So let's take a look. And to do that, I've got to compress the engine brake so I can turn this and make sure I'm not getting up into some black wood in here. And obviously that's a problem. He's got a good collection of trash bags wound around his crankshaft. All right, so the engine brake is off. We're going to watch this nut, or this screw there, and see if it wobbles or not. I think it's okay. This engine does have compression. See that right there? And you can kind of hear it. So that's a good sign. So maybe I can save this one. The wheels turn pretty good. So let's get this blade off of there. And get that stuff off the crankshaft. We'll start with that. And you and me, my viewers, we're going to work and get this mower running. Get my homemade blade block on here. Since I've got the engine brake off. Get this thing. Give me enough turns on here to get it on. Almost there. Okay. So I was saying, since I've got the engine brake off, in theory this thing could fire, but it's not. So, but just to be safe, I'm taking the spark plug wire off. These modern ones are hard to get off. Come on, you. My goodness. That is tough. Let me get a screwdriver and pry on that a little bit. These modern ones with the long boots, they are hard to get off. There we go. Okay, that helped. Let's pry it on the edge of the boot. All right, and I think that's going to be a 5/8. Let's take a look. And I'm going to get my big old breaker bar out here and put that on there and get some of this dirt off, because that 5/8 is not fitting right now. I think because of that. Let's see. Huh. Well, this is so modern, it's bigger than a 5/8. Let's see if this is it. That's no. Wonder what that's going to be. Maybe it's there's an 11/16. Oh yeah. How about that? So it's 11/16. I don't recommend putting an impact wrench on these because they're so shallow. The little nut, the top, the head of the screw is so shallow. Instead of being deep, it's shallow. And it's easy to slip off and then you tear them up and then you get problems. So I put a breaker bar on here. Let me get this where it's hidden. No, that's okay. All right. So now it should come off pretty easily. And you got to get this stuff off of here, off this crankshaft, because it'll tear up your main seal over time. So this is one of the newer blades. It was on correctly. It was, you know, wasn't upside down or anything. So that's good. Let me get a pocket knife or something. Get a pocket knife and a box cutter. I think for this I'll move the camera to the other side so you're not looking at my shoulders the whole time. There's some needle nose pliers, extended pliers. You got to be careful that you don't stab that main seal, which is rubber, with whatever you're cutting this stuff with. Oh man, there's a black widow. God dog it. Woo! Hello there, lady. Oh my gosh. Ow. That was fun. Let me get some bug spray. You guys always hear me saying, I'm looking for black widows. Well, there's one. Let me see, make sure y'all can see her too. This is freaking awesome here. There she is. She wants to bite the hell out of somebody. Wow. But she's going to be very unhappy here in a minute. Hello. Have a little sip of that. Well, I'm going to wait for a second because I sure don't want her to get on me. once I start to soak in on her, she's going to start moving anyway. She's very unhappy. She's sitting there trying to, in disguise, you know, thinking, okay, I'm hidden. He doesn't see me, but man, what was I squirted with? So now I gotta move, move. So there she goes. Now I'm gonna hit her again. Hello. Oh, that's a horrible looking thing. All right, let me get her with the, where are you going? Where did you go? Oh, there you are down there. Oh man, I guess I need to pay attention. See, there she is. She's climbing up on her web. All right, she's out of the picture now. Woo! That was scary. Yeah, the old black widow problem. I got that, and rodents is what I deal with all the time. Yeah, little Miss Black Widow has been eliminated. She's not going to be biting anybody. I don't know if I've been bitten by a black widow or not. I've sure been bitten by spiders before. Okay. All right, so we're getting all this stuff off now. All right. Let's see if this adapter will come off. Let me tap it a couple of times. Anyway, I hope she hadn't already bit me, and I didn't even know it. My hand's starting to bother me a little bit. I don't see any marks, any fang marks. Okay, that's enough of that. What I'm going to go ahead and do is put this screw in and turn it a few times, and then get my jaw puller and get this thing off of there. I mean, I'm just doing this in case I want to change the adapter and change a different type of blade. Let's try this. Try this guy. Okay. And now, well, that was interesting. So how she made her appearance. It's like, oh, here I am. Look out. Really something. Those things scare me to death. Man, that thing's on there. Well, tap it a couple of times here. she did not like being found out. Okay, what I'm going to do is put some JB Blaster on this thing. Let it be soaking in. Maybe come back and do this again later. It's moving a little. I'm gonna try this, a different screw maybe. Let's see. Yeah, this is a different screw, but it's got a little indentation close to the center. Let's see if I can use this one to get it out a little better, because I think maybe this point won't travel so much. So I've drilled a little depression right in the center of that screw, or close to the center. I wish I could hit the dead center, but I often miss it. All right, so let's see if that helps. It's a little better. And it starts moving and ends up at an angle. It's just tough to get this thing off. Okay, I think it's starting to move. Yep, that screw helped. I'm almost to where the top of the nut is, so not really going to come off much more. That may be enough to where I can knock it off now. We'll see. Let's go back and put this back in, put a few turns on it. Now we're going to pull on it again. It's good to know how to do this in case you ever have a broken adapter. It's been damaged. Sometimes they just break, they just shatter. It's rare, but it happens. All right, yeah, making good progress now. So the key is good, so that's nice to see. Made it in the pocket. Now I'm going to scrape some of the gunk off of here before I put that adapter back on. I may I may change the adapter out. Not sure yet. All right, that should help a little now. A little strip of sandpaper. Kind of looking around to see if I can find that Black Widow's egg sac, in case she's got a bunch of babies that are about to hatch. I don't want those ending up all over my garage. But I don't see her egg sac, because it is it's March here, so maybe they've already done that. All right, let's see. I'm going to run my pocket knife around the inside of this adapter too. Get some gack out of there. All right, let's see if it slides on and off a little easier now. It's still pretty snug. Clean that key real good. A key slot, rather. Get that stuff out of there. Okay. And go again with the sandpaper. My sandpaper may be kind of worn out. Still pretty draggy. The draggy part might be right around this front edge there, so let me put the sandpaper on that very tip of this thing. See if that helps some. Yeah, that made the difference. Right around the edge here, the very tip of that, I hit with the sandpaper, and that was where it was really resisting a lot. I mean, you don't want it to slip off, but it just makes it easier when you work on these mowers to get these adapters where they come on and off pretty easily. Take a look at our blade, and obviously it needs to be sharpened, but let's see how everything is lining up. It looks like it's about an inch inside the edge of the deck. So I may put a little washer in there or two and move the blade down by doing that. You'll see. I have something that makes sense. But that's probably enough for now. When you come back, we're going to continue working on this mower.